Okay, so let's get the oven fired up. And I always use those little lugs just to hold the stone up a bit, because it allows some heat to come out under the stone as well as over the stone. It just heats the actual stone up a little bit quicker. And this is kind of my fuel basket, and this is the fuel I'm using, and they're just sticks. So when we're finished, we'll see how many sticks I've got left. Let's put them there. So I take the little tray out and I just load it. And I literally just put a few sticks in. Break a few to go across. Allow the air to get in. And if you build this oven, this is kind of the way you need to light it, fuel it and start it. Okay? I am going to do a video after this video on all about the oven itself, because it's getting a bit long-winded now, the video. I can go more into detail with it then on a kind of longer video, you know. Oh, it is cold in here. It is cold. It's about 4 degrees centigrade in the forging room. Workshop's around 23. That should get us going. And kind of straight away you can see how clean it burns. And the rocketing noise it makes. And I've got the little clock set up there for you, so we can kind of see how long it takes this stone to get up to around 380, 400 degrees. That's where we kind of want to be on the stove. So initially I put the sticks in, kind of just crossing them like that. And I never completely fill the little burner up, because you can overgas it. You can overgas the riser tube and it'll start smoking a little bit then, kind of unburnt gas, which is like a black smoke comes out of it. The little door is for when the oven's actually got up to temperature and is burning. Actually getting hot already there. So I've kind of put a bit too much fuel in there, so I don't know if you can see, there's a little hint of black smoke coming out of it. This is ash, and it's dry ash. Any hardwood is good for this stove. I'll just knock the sticks down a bit. Stone is getting hot now. 173 Fahrenheit, which is 344 centigrade.
Can I just correct him there? It's 173 centigrade, 334 Fahrenheit.
You know, I've been looking, since I decided to do this video, I've been looking on YouTube and around the web to see what kind of pizza oven rocket stoves there are out there, and to be honest, there's not many. The commercial ones are, the only commercial one is the Rocco box, which kind of isn't a rocket stove. Rocco is, I think that's meant to mean rocket, but it's actually, it's not even a rocket stove. It's just kind of got a burner in the back. And I was watching a guy last night trying to get the oven temperature to 400 degrees using wood, and to achieve it he had to get the burner going, stuff it with wood, then he had to actually throw wood in the oven as well to get the wood burning in the oven as well as the burner itself. So it's kind of a bit of a fail in my opinion when the burner won't achieve the temperature. I suppose in a laboratory, ideal conditions, they can get that, but you know, outdoors on the beach, I doubt they'd ever get it. But I've used this outside quite a lot and it does work well outside, you know. Got the door slightly open in here, just you know, because this will be giving off a certain amount of carbon monoxide and other stuff. We're 218 now. And all I kind of do is, as the fire burns, I just put 2 more sticks in. And that is it. And the little door comes into its own, because what happens is the door heats up with the flames and the fire inside, and then as the air passes through the holes, it kind of preheats it. It also slows the amount of air going in down a little bit as well. It sort of calms the whole stove down, slows the burn down slightly, but actually gives you a hotter burn. Okay, we're around about 250, 260 on the back of the stone now. I just want that kind of open for now to get the most heat out of it. I can close the flap now and it forces the heat down, makes it pass along the top of the stone. It takes the amount of time it takes for this stone to heat up, so it usually takes sort of 10 minutes ish, maybe a little bit more sometimes depending on the temperature and where you're cooking, but about 10 minutes and the stone's usually up in the high 300 degrees range. There is another kind of portable pizza oven. Well, there's a few other ones actually. There's kind of the Uni and there's several other ones, but they're not actually rocket stove pizza ovens. From all the ones I've seen, I'm not saying this is the best one, but it is kind of, from what I can see, it's very portable because it comes apart. It's very efficient and it does achieve the highest temperatures, you know, really quickly. We're 280 now, about 315-ish at the back of the stone. Front of the stone, we've got about 160 degrees at the front. That's normal. So I'm going to drop the stone down now. Stop the heat escaping from the front under the stone. Yeah, so I just let the stove do its thing. And I'm going to cook garlic bread first. 10 right across the back of the stone now. Yeah, won't take long. As I just said, it takes the time it takes to heat the stone up, and that's it. It's quite a thick stone, it's three-quarter of an inch thick. I've noticed on a lot of these commercial pizza ovens that they're using stones really thin, about quarter of an inch thick, to try and, you know, drive the temperature up faster. But I like that thicker stone because once that gets hot it holds its heat. So this stove will then run on one stick per pizza. The initial fuel on this thing, it's kind of used getting the stone up to temperature. After that it's just maintaining that temperature. Be nice if I designed a little stay for that so it wouldn't just keep swinging open like that, you know. It does also take a while because this stone, you know, it's not been used, this pizza oven, for a few months now, so the whole thing is probably quite damp because it's stored outside. So it'll take a while to warm everything up and drive out any moisture. I can actually see a bit of moisture wicking out the back of the casing, and that will be from the insulation in the oven. I don't know, where are we, about 10? Probably 10ish, 12 minutes, something like that, 15 minutes. We're in the 320s now, 330. So I'm going to let that burn. And I'm going to go and make the garlic bread. Because I think by the time I've made that, we can sort of 290, 340 we're getting up to now on the back. Can you hear the rocketing noise in there? Let me take you in, it sounds really cool. Yeah, 360 now. Now as the stone's dried out and is heated up, the temperature will rise really quick. You can maybe just see a burst of flame at the back that's coming out, exiting out the top of the riser tube, which tells me there's more than enough fuel in there now. That's kind of when it'll tend to burn dirty because it's being overfueled, the little firebox. It's not dirty, stinking, horrible, eye-watering smoke. It's just like a black gas that comes off, the unburnt gas. 389. There's actually 390 there on the corner. So we've reached almost 400 degrees in about 12-15 minutes or so. Pretty good, pretty good. And you've seen how much fuel I've put in. Yeah, we've hit it just on the back of the stone now. So let's go and make the garlic bread. Put one more stick in, close the door, then we'll come back. There we go. Right, to the oven. Okay, during that time, the fire's just all turned to like a nice hot charcoaly state. So I'll put a couple of little sticks in to get it fired up again. Just get them burning. Now I'll put a bigger stick in. And I want some herbs to put on my garlic bread. I bet Gordon Ramsay doesn't have this level of service. I'm waiting for my assistant to bring me the herbs. Thank you. I was just saying, I bet Gordon Ramsay doesn't have to wait like this, does he? So, oh look, mixed dried herbs. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'll put a bit of semolina powder in the oven. Let's pull you back a bit. You get a better view from back there maybe. Yep, there you go. A bit of semolina powder on the stone. I love this. I love the smell of this. Oh, it smells really good. Burning off. Bring in, let you see it cook. Rising already, that. Already starting to get a cooked base on that. Look at the way that's risen. The dough is just about beautiful. Let's just give it a little bit longer. Put it near the front. Shut the door. Just let the heat come over the top of it. Burning. Yeah. She is cooked. Beautiful. Look at that base. Let's get it cut. Look at that for dough. That is good. That is so good. But the best is yet to come. We need the pizza. Wasn't filming again, but I'm just going to cook my mushrooms. I'll just put some olive oil in the pan. This is a tribute to Kyle Royer, who's just come back from, I think he went to China, and he lived on a diet of mushrooms for 4 days. So this is a tribute to you, Kyle. And that's a bizarre thing, isn't it? Why it doesn't produce steam coming out the oven, and yet the mushrooms are scorching hot. But there's no steam coming out the oven. What's going on? I'm sure one of you guys will explain what is occurring. can say they are done. Beautiful. Red pepper. I'm going to pull that back a bit because I'm just going to keep my eye on that whilst simultaneously making a pizza. Okay, pizza one. Get some sauce on it. Like lots of tomato sauce. This is a homemade mixture of Napolino chopped tomatoes. It's got garlic in it, it's got balsamic vinegar in it, it's got olive oil in it, pepper, salt, a few other bits and bobs I can't quite remember now. That's mozzarella cheese, buffalo mozzarella, that's the one. This is pulled pork. A load of pulled pork on there, and this has got like a sweet barbecue sauce mixed in with it. That was just slightly too long for the peppers. They are slightly charred, but hey ho. Let's get some mushrooms on. Look at that for a topping, man. I'm hungry. Let's have a, oh, that handle's out. Let's have a few blackened peppers on there. Now some Parmesan, Parmigiano. On top of that, this is just a cheese extravaganza. And finally, some beautiful basil, because no pizza is complete without the basil. We'll go and get that cooked. Back to the oven, and we are now at, let's have a look, we're 439 degrees now. It's getting a little bit too hot. 447, 440. I mean, you can get this to 500 very easily, but it's just, like I say, it's just a bit too hot. Oh, come on lad, there we go, we got it. Now the smells from this will drive you wild. Melting cheese. All them smells combining. I think we're not going to be far off done there, guys, really. Look at the base. Look at the base. Nice and crispy. Just keep it at the front, just to brown the top off a bit. That was my big appeal for the other oven. What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to put it on the wood, just let the top cook a little bit. Now the wood's on fire. It's just a meal on a piece of plywood. That's got to do it. That's got to do it. She's well cooked at that. A little bit of sticky barbecue sauce on top. Oh, too much. Plough through the toppings. It's not quite your average Domino's, that. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. That is just... You're not having any. Not really used that much wood. But now as it's up to 400, it's just kind of a maintaining heat now. Kind of all you got to do. Slip 2 sticks in and it will hold that temperature for as long as you want. It's kind of bordering really on getting too hot, if you can see. 426.32. Oh. No smoke, no fuss, no mess. Right, I'm going to cook one more pizza and go and eat it. And if you look at the clock, we're kind of an hour in, all done and dusted. So there's mine going into the oven. Everything as before, but with some beautiful spicy chorizo. Bon appetit!